Yeah, that's right, everybody. You can't make this up. Even the challenges with, technology. I don't want to get into it right now, but I'm glad to finally be with you. I noticed we lost a few people in the process, but glad that you guys made it back on. And listen, we have a lot of exciting things coming up. So check this out. Well, I tell you what, let's just start here. I got to show you this one. This is one of my favorites right now. And it's actually from 2020. It's worth looking at this, and then we'll bring things up to date, because it is, you can't make this up, Thursday. So I think we're going to have a good time today. Got a lot of stories for us that will take us off of everything else we've been watching. But check this out. This is Oregon man, check this out, from 2020. It's worth it. Oregon man driving stolen car crashes into woman driving another stolen car. In 2020, a police chase in Oregon came to a dramatic end when the driver of a stolen car being pursued by the authorities collided with another stolen car being driven by a woman. This is great. Police were alerted to a stolen Toyota Land Cruiser driving through downtown Newburgh on Monday, and the pursuit ensued for several blocks until the driver crashed into another car at the intersection. That is great. I mean, well, I guess not great, but I mean, it is. I mean, there's a little bit of humor in it. You got to admit that. So, but that was from 2020. It was worth a throwback to have a look at that and the absurd things. Hey, listen, here's what we have going on. Quick update. Billy Crone has a conference out there in Las Vegas coming up. I believe it is only 2 weeks away from tomorrow, from Saturday. It's like November 11th and 12th, Saturday and Sunday in Las Vegas. I can't wait to be there. I'm going to be there. Obviously, Pastor Billy Crone will be there. Ken Michael from Olive Tree, Jan Markell's ministry, is going to be there. Looking forward to that. And then on Saturday, November 18th, also I'll be speaking at Brandon Holthouse Church. He has a conference on November 18th and Sunday, November 19th. Fantastic lineup of speakers. Looking very forward to that. You can check out the info for both Billy's conference and for Brandon's conference at the hopeforourtimes.org link. Just go there, check it out. All the information is there. And then joining me this Sunday night live is going to be Don Stewart. Don Stewart hasn't done a live with me in like forever. Looking forward to that. That's this Sunday evening for my Sunday night lives, and can't wait for that. All right. Oh, we have a cruise coming up. I'll tell you more about that in just a few more minutes, but really wanted to show you that with these two people who crashed their car into each other. Okay. I mean, there's so many things to talk about. There really are. You ready for the next one? Okay, here it is. You ready? Are you guys sitting down? As I said, this is going to get us off all the other news. You ready? Trust me, it will. You'll have fun in the process. Phillies, this would be the Philadelphia Phillies, deny emotional support alligator from entering the ballpark. Well, there you can see the picture of it right there. And I want you to notice something on that picture. So the alligator has a harness, but there's no muzzle on its jaw. So let that sink in. So here it is, a Phillies fan and his emotional support alligator, an alligator named Walligator, were denied entrance to watch Philadelphia host Pittsburgh. Social media posts showed the gator on a leash with a harness with his name on it outside the stadium on Wednesday. Walligator is a working emotional support alligator owned by Joy Henney of Jonestown, Pennsylvania. The reptile has a big presence on Instagram and TikTok. Well, it may be big on Instagram and TikTok, but it's not going to the Phillies ballpark. And again, you got to check that out. It's got a harness. But, you know, alligator's got like a jaw like this. There ain't no muzzle around that thing. I don't know. I mean, some of these things really are kind of funny. Okay. All right. I got to show you this one. You ready? You guys still sitting down? Ready for this one? Check it out. A Danish artist who submitted empty frames as artwork, there it is, you can see it, is appealing court ruling to repay the cash. Isn't that great? This is so cool. A Danish artist who was given a pile of cash by a museum in northern Denmark to create a piece for its exhibition on labor conditions 2 years ago, submitted 2 empty canvases titled "Take the Money and Run." The exhibit caused a stir. I mean, that's funny. Take the money, take the money and run. An empty canvas. I could create something like that. I'm pretty creative. The Danish court ruled he had to pay a bunch of the money back, most of the money back. But I find it just hilarious because, check this out, the museum had commissioned him to recreate 2 of his earlier pieces featuring banknotes attached to canvases representing the average annual wage in Denmark and Austria, which is even better. So he gives an empty canvas for the whole thing. Listen, you can't make this up. That is pretty funny. Okay, let me show you a video, all right? Now, I'm going to tell you ahead of time, the video itself is Greta Thunberg. You know her, the climate activist, the one who protested the Palestinian, the Israeli invasion and stuff like, we all saw her and her stupid nonsense. Anyways, I'm going to show you a video. I'm going to warn you ahead of time. It's funny. You're going to think to yourself, can anybody really be this stupid? But I'm going to warn you ahead of time. It is fake. It's a fake video by AI, but it's still worth the watch. So you got to watch it. It's incredible what AI can do. Watch this and listen to her words. But as I mentioned, it is fake. So let's roll this video.
War is always bad, specifically for the planet. If we want to continue fighting battles like environmentally conscious humans, we must make the change to sustainable tanks and weaponry. There are so many new concepts for battery-powered fighter jets that can carry many more missiles, biodegradable missiles, of course. Something literally everybody can do to stop this nonsense is, for example, block the roads to gardens and farms so the plants don't get overrun by these heavy, heavy tanks. Hand grenades, very important. If you use hand grenades, please use vegan grenades. No animal should have to give their life for all this mayhem and chaos. They have a special sticker on them. You really can't miss them in the grenade market or wherever you buy them. Yeah, I cover all of this and more in my newest book, Vegan Wars.
Hey, so what do you think? Okay, remember it's fake. So before you go sharing it with everybody saying this is real and make yourself look as stupid as she is, no, the video is fake. Now that's incredible. By the way, before we go on, I want to thank you, Pookie Martinez, for noticing that I changed my clothes. Yes, I did. I got his channel at 6 p.m. with Pablo. I was just on with Kurt Reed, who I noticed you're a monitor on, and now I'm doing, well, I wear this shirt because You Can't Make This Up Thursdays. And if you want to support You Can't Make This Up Thursdays, you can check out our store at the hopefortimes.com website. All right, lots to talk about. So let's go back to the Greta Thunberg, or whatever her name is, video that you just saw. It was fake, AI generated. Now this is amazing, because when you look at it, it looks so real. She looks real. The lips match the words, voice and fluctuation, everything. All right, for right now, it's funny. The reality of it is, this is how good it is to be able to fake you, to be able to put you in a position that you never said something, you never did something, you were never even in that studio, you were never even there at that restaurant, you were never even at that in that conversation with that person over here, yet the whole thing is faked. Friends, it is that good. I have even been told that the AI technology from a couple of years ago would have been able to take something like this right now and put my words into a foreign language and have my lips match the words that are shared, where it would sound like I was speaking fluently in that foreign language. That's how good AI is. But imagine the damage that can be done because you do a fake video. Nevertheless, when we hear the climate alarmists at the same time, you got to admit, probably about 90% of what she said, she probably believes. And some of the people believe 100% of the things that she said, with the whole tanks and making sure there are electric tanks. And I mean, I've heard that's actually part of the thing that is on the table right now, by the way, battery charged tanks. I don't know. Or I think she even said battery charged airplanes. Could you imagine that when you're flying in there? Oh, battery's gotten a little low. That can be disastrous. Speaking of flying, remember, this is You Can't Make This Up Thursday, so we're getting away from the norm. All the other news that's out there, here it is. Ready for this one? Alaska Airlines. Okay, some of you have heard about this, some of you haven't. Off-duty Alaska pilot charged with attempted murder after trying to take control of plane, shut down engines mid-flight. That would be a bummer. So check this out. Apparently, he was enjoying magic mushrooms. There you go. So here's this. What do magic mushrooms do to your brain? A mid-flight crisis raises questions. A bizarre mid-flight incident involving an off-duty Alaska Airlines pilot has raised questions about the effects of psychedelic mushrooms, sleep deprivation, and psychosis. The pilot, 44-year-old Joseph David Emerson, was on board a passenger and was an onboard passenger and is accused of trying to cut the engines mid-flight. I'm thinking that would be a bummer if you were on that plane. Before being subdued by the flight crew. Later, Emerson reportedly told police he had taken psychedelic mushrooms 48 hours before the flight, was in a mental health crisis, dehydrated, had been awake for 40 hours. He was pleaded not guilty to numerous legal charges. While details about Emerson's mental health and experience with mushrooms aren't known, the Washington Post spoke to experts on psychedelics to learn more about how the drug can affect your brain and behavior. And apparently they can cause all kinds of problems, which I'm not going to get into right now. But my guess is, just my guess, he's not going to be able to fly planes again. I'm just guessing. It'd be a bummer if he was able to fly and you were on the plane with him. Okay, I probably shouldn't say this if there's children listening, but given my past and you got, listen, I'm saved by the blood of the Lord Jesus Christ, but given my past, I will just say this, right? That long time ago, probably 1985, right in there, I tried some magic mushrooms. Why? Because all my friends were trying them. And one of my friends talked me into trying them. I tried them, and I haven't tried them since. It was the only time I ever did. I don't recommend that you do that. That's just my suggestion. But I'm thinking, you look at this and go, this is just absurd. All right, we got more ridiculous things to talk about. You ready? Okay. U.S. restaurant faces flack for introducing adult surcharge fee in its menu. A restaurant in the U.S. is facing flack after it introduced a bizarre adult surcharge fee in its menu, according to the New York Post. Toccoa Riverside restaurant in the Blue Ridge Mountains of northern Georgia will levy an extra fee for customers who are unable to parent their children. I would have been in all kinds of trouble. I would have had to pay like $1 million. A photograph of their menu circulating on Reddit has gone viral, amassing massive criticism for the fee. The post was captioned, "This restaurant charges you extra for bad parenting." That's great. Bad parenting. The warning on the menu bluntly states, adult surcharge for adults unable to parent. It then has dollar signs. Though the menu doesn't reveal the exact amount, some customers claim that they were charged $50 for their children's bad behavior. The restaurant also warns customers to be respectful to staff, to property, and themselves because the place follows a no respect, no service policy. I mean, it doesn't exactly sound like a fun place to go eat, but yeah, I mean, I do admit there's some parents that they can't, they're not very good at parenting their children. There is no doubt about that. But, just looking at things, just, whatever, right? Hey, just another reminder before I go to a couple more stories here. We have the Billy Crone Conference. That is coming up. There it is. You can see the picture of it right there. Billy Crone, Ken Michael, and myself. There it is, Las Vegas, November 11 and 12. Check it out, hopeforourtimes.com website. Also, Brandon Holthouse Conference, November 18. There it is. The Truth About Israel, looking very forward to that. David Towell's going to be out that, along with, obviously, Pastor Brandon, Billy, myself, Bill Koenig, and Olivier Melnick. And I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I got a text just before we started. It looks like the Israeli consul is going to be joining us there at Brandon's church. And by the way, check it out, because I believe you got to have fun, right? That's why we do the You Can't Make This Up Thursdays. World's gone crazy. So we have a cruise that we are going on, Lord willing. It's all, you can check it out. Go to hopeforourtimes.com. There it is. You see it. It's the Until He Comes Prophecy Cruise. And on this cruise, check this out. This boat's fantastic. It's the Royal Caribbean Adventure of the Seas. And we're going to all the places that we go to for excursions or whatever you want to do. They're all owned by Royal Caribbean, so we don't have to worry about some of the crazy stuff and everything going on. Listen, the food's fantastic, the fun's fantastic, the fellowship, but also with all of the speakers. It's trying to think who all the speakers are. Bill Koenig's going to be speaking. Dr. David Reagan is going to be on the boat with us. Jeff Kinley is going to be on the boat with us. I'm forgetting, obviously, myself, and I'm forgetting who the other person is. There's 5 of us total. Oh, and Alex Newman. He will also be speaking, and so it's going to be great. So you get the full advantage of everything with the cruise, and we're arranging it so the speaking schedule isn't in the middle of the day while you're out on an excursion, you're going snorkeling or whatever you want to do. The conference times will be scheduled so they aren't going to mess up with any of the free time that you got out there on the excursions or even hanging out on the boat and stuff like that. So it is going to be a blast. You get to meet the speakers. You get to talk with them. I hope that you can make it. And listen, we need to have fun. I think you guys would agree with me. We need an escape from some of the things that are going on every day. But in this conference, although it's a prophecy conference, we get to be vertically focused, and it'll keep us from the horizontal panic. That's one of my favorite things to remind people. Stay focused on the Lord. This is going to help us do that. It'll keep us from horizontal panic when we see all the crazy stuff that is going on in the world. And so there you have it. I hope that you guys can join us. Check it out, hopeforourtimes.com. I know you're going to be super blessed. Of course, this all is dependent on whether or not we're raptured. I much prefer to be raptured, but if we're still here, I'm going to have fun with you guys. Hope you can join us. All right, so check out this picture. Got to show it to you. Just a couple more things here. Apparently, storming the United States Capitol is okay as long as it is in support of people who repeatedly chant "Death to America." Right? I mean, you guys have seen it. I've seen it. The pro-Palestinian stuff that is out there, unbelievable. Kill the Jews, kill the evangelicals, death to Israel, death to America. Storm the Capitol building. Washington, D.C., say death to America, kill the Jews, and it's okay, right? Just compare that to what happened, what I'm not allowed to mention, that happened January of, what was it, 2021, I think it was? Yeah. So you look back then and you go, very interesting, isn't it? Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe and share this. Without your likes, without your subscribing and sharing, this isn't going to go anywhere. It just it doesn't get shared. It's just not going to, hey, it ain't going nowhere. All right, ready for this one? Here we are. Climate activists seek to save the planet by cutting down and burying trees. Cutting down trees to manage wildfires isn't a new thing, although it remains a hotly debated practice. The problem is you have it for managing forests. However, this is also being used for people like Bill Gates, who says, let's just level all the trees because it's going to be better for the environment, with the thought of you have photosynthesis, you have trees that are necessary to create clean and good oxygen for us. Shouldn't you be planting more trees? Well, you clear them out in the fire areas, which they don't do in California, which they should do in California. But I think the leaders that be here in the state of California want to watch California burn so they can bring in climate laws so they don't control the tree problem here, and then they cut down the trees where the trees are necessary, because we know trees are necessary to help create oxygen. Hey, listen, it's great being with you guys today. Don Stewart is going to be live with me Sunday night. Also, Don, every Friday we have a program on apologetics, how to defend your faith. Every Friday it posts. Check it out. It's only 15 minutes long. Check it out tomorrow. It posts on Friday. Thank you guys also for your support. Without your support, we couldn't do what we do. Able to get the truth out there, able to get the word out there, able to get the hope of the Lord Jesus Christ. So I want to thank all of you guys who join alongside and support us. And without your contributions, there's no way we could keep going. So you guys, thank you so much. As we keep looking up, remember, vertical focus keeps us from the horizontal panic. Keep your eyes fixed on Jesus Christ, the author and finisher of our faith. Because as he himself said, when you see these things begin to take place, look up, lift up your head, because your redemption draws near. Come quickly, Lord Jesus. God bless you guys. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem.